Hello everyone, my today video recording is related to the dlink DGS1210 28p switch. It's a very good product and it's a layer 2 based smart end switch, and the beauty of this product is it's have a different port variation from 5 port, 10 port, 16 port, 24 port and up to 48 port series with 10G and 1G uplinks and 10 by 100 and 1 gigabit Ethernet port combination. And the second beauty of this product is it support all layer 2 base features plus layer 3 base feature as well. Mean if you don't have a layer 3 base product, you can create up to inter-VLAN routing for up to 4. So let me show you on the data sheet. As you can see, the website is open in front of me. That I'm using 28p series. It's okay, I will open the datasheet for this product, and under the downloads you will have a data sheet. So as you can see, it's have a different variation according to port combination, and it support IPv6 and IPv4. Plus it's have a security features of access-less port security, ARP spoofing, smart binding, and it's have a static route option, surveillance mode surveillance mode for CCTV solutions, and auto voice VLAN. Let me take you to the product guide for product specs. As you can see, it's have a different combination of ports like 10 port, 20 port, 26 and 28, and here is the switching capacity. 48 port 52 port switch can go up to 104 gigabits, and here is the PoE switch models like 10p, 28p. So in my case I'm using this 28p model. It's have a 24 port option because I will create more videos, I will make more videos regarding voice VLAN and CCTV VLAN, so that's why I choose this model. Almost the interface and everything is same for all dlink products, so you don't have to worry about it. As you can see, the switching capacity. Let me take you to the layer 2 features. As you can see, IGMP snooping, LLDP, jumbo frames, STP, RSTP and MSTP as redundancy, and have so many things, port mirroring, and VLAN options. You can see you can create up to maximum 256 static VLANs. VLAN ID you can assign from 1 to 4094, asymmetric voice VLAN and surveillance VLAN. Quality of service is there. And as you can see, layer 3 features, it's a layer 2 switch but it's have a layer 3 feature option, support up to 4 IP interfaces. Okay, so this is a very good option. Okay, for example, if you don't have a layer 3 product like router or layer 3 switch, and you bought this switch and you want to allow the communication between 2 VLANs, 3 VLANs, 4 VLANs, so it device support up to 4 VLANs, so you can use the same product to have an inter VLAN communication. Okay, and it's have a management configuration via web-based dlink utility, DNA, dlink assistant utility, TFTP, SNMP, and everything is there. So it's a very good product. Let's move to the configuration. So according to my PPT, as you can see, the default IP address is 10.90.90, and we will change the management IP to 0.7. Let me show you my IP address. Uh, as you can see, my IP address is I'm using this Ethernet 2 adapter, so I have a 1090.70 IP address assigned to my network card, and as you can see, I have a second IP to 0.70 assigned to the same interface. So let's change the IP address for this 1090.90.70 first. Okay, so the default username password is admin, and you can just click on exit. I'm going to choose the standard mode, and I will show you where to change the IP address. So now I'm accessing the switch using 1090 default IP. I will change it to 192.0.7, and I will change the subnet mask, and I will click apply. Okay, and let's access the switch via 192.0.7. As you can see, the IP address has been changed. Let me show you how to configure the VLAN. Mostly people they call it as a static VLAN or 802.1Q VLAN. So for that you have to come to according to our scenario that I have some PC which is connected to port 3, 5 and 7. Port 3 is a part of VLAN 10, port 5 is a part of VLAN 20 and port 7 is a part of VLAN 30, and I have a port 4 which is part of VLAN 10 as well. So I will show you the connectivity between same VLAN, and then in my next target I will show you the inter VLAN routing option. So 3, 5 and 7. Okay, so let's create a VLAN 802.1Q, and I will click on add, and I will add a VLAN 10, and I will choose VLAN 10, apply. Okay, and I will add one more VLAN, VLAN 20, and apply, and I will create one more VLAN, VLAN 30, apply, 30 and apply. As you can see that I have created 3 VLANs, but there is no interface assigned to it. So according to our scenario, the port 3 will be part of VLAN 10 and port 4 will be part of VLAN 10. So for that, what you have to do, you have to go to VLAN 1 and you have to choose port 3 as not member and port 4 as not member. Okay, and then the next is port 5 and port 7 as not member we have to choose. So port 5 and port 7. Okay, and I will just click on apply. So as you can see, the ports are excluded. So I will go to port number VLAN 10 and I will make as port 3 and 4 as a part of VLAN 10. Okay, and I will make port number 5 is a part of VLAN 20 and port number 7 as a part of VLAN 30. So if I take you to my PPT, as you can see that as you can see that port number 3 and 4 is a part of VLAN 10, port number 5 is a part of VLAN 20 and port number 7 is a part of VLAN 30. Okay, so let's verify the communication. As I show you my IP address details, as you can see that I have to change the IP address. So let's change the IP address on my network card. So ncpa.cpl, and I will change the IP address here. So I will assign the same as you can see the device is having in 10 subnet, so I have to assign the same IP to my laptop to check the ping connectivity. So I will choose IPv4 and I will just make it as 192.168 and 10.80 255 192.168 10 dot as I don't have any gateway, so I will keep only the simple IP. So as per the diagram, my PC is having this 10.IP address. Okay, so let's verify the ping. 192.168.10.80 first. I can ping myself, and let's ping this 10.10 IP address. As you can see, I can ping. Okay, so I can ping the device which is in same VLAN. Okay, so same VLAN is working fine, but if I try to ping, like for example ping 192.168.20.20, which is not possible. Okay, so for that we need a inter VLAN routing feature, which is part of my next slide. Okay, I will take you to my next slide. Here is the task agenda. We already created the 3 VLANs. Okay, so if you want to make the port as an inter VLAN routed port, if you want to allow the communication between VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 and 30, As you can see, I show you here that I cannot ping the 2020 device. So I will apply the desired configuration and I will create the SVIs for VLAN 10, 20 and 30. Okay. So to create the SVIs, you have to come to the layer 3 function, and I will copy this name here, and I will just make the IP interfaces, and I will click the interface name, and I will assign the IP 192.168.10.254 according to our requirement, and this 10.254 will be acting as a gateway for the PCs. Okay, so we'll just click add, and I will create VLAN 20, and I will just choose 20.254. Okay, and I will I'll just make it as 30, and I will just make as 30.254 and click add. So as you can see, I have created 3 SVIs. Okay, so before I didn't assign the gateway to my PC as I did in my previous step. So what I will do now, I will assign the gateway to my PC. So the port 4, this PC is connected to port 4, so let's 10.254. This VLAN 10, this SVI is become my gateway now, so I will click OK, and I will minimize this. And if I show you that in my previous example that I have a one PC which is connected to port 4, okay, and it's having this 10.80 IP address. So first let's verify the connectivity between same VLAN, like ping 192.168.10.254. I should ping my gateway, which I can, and now I will ping my 10.10 device. As you can see, I can ping. Now let's verify the ping of 192.168.20.20. Sorry, hold on. So as you can see, before my network was conflicting, I was unable to ping. Now let's verify the ping to VLAN 30 device, which is 30.30. It should ping. I will lose some ARP, and then I can ping my 30.30 device. So if I show you that this device is having the IP address of 10.80, and he can ping now the VLAN 30 and VLAN 20 device. So it's mean our inter VLAN routing, static VLAN or 802.1Q is working fine. Okay, so that's it for now. And next, hold on. Sorry guys, I want to add one more thing. So for example, if we have two different switches, so for that we need a communication to use the inter switch link as we have to use the inter switch link as tag linked, or we can say as a trunk link. So the trunk link, the beauty of trunk link is that it's carry the traffic for multiple VLANs. Okay, so I have one device which is connected to port number 4 in my scenario, which is port number 4, and I will change the IP address to different IP address. Okay, and I will create I will use the same VLAN 10. Okay, I will use the same VLAN because port 4, this PC is a part of VLAN 10, so I will use VLAN 10, and I will create a tag link between say two switches. Okay, and I have one more device which is connected here. We will create a VLAN 10 on this other device as well, and I will connect it to port 7, and the IP address will be in the same VLAN, so I will just make it as a 10.70, and from this VLAN 10 which is on switch 1, from port 4 we will tag the traffic on port 8, and we will try to send the traffic to port 8 on the other switch. It will remove the tag and it will forward it to the desired VLAN. Okay, so from this PC, from source PC, we should reach using the tag link traffic to our target PC. I will show you how to do that. Okay, so I will take you to the uh, same switch first. So as I mentioned that I will first we have to do, first we have to make it as a not member, port number 8. I will just click VLAN, I'm in VLAN 1, so I just make it as not member. Okay, as you can see, the port 8 is removed from the VLAN 1 pool, and now under VLAN 10 I will make it as a tagged for VLAN 10, and I want the same port 8 to carry the traffic for other VLANs, then you can make it also as a tagged. So it's mean this port 8 will be acting as a trunk link for VLAN 10, 20 and 30. Okay, so we'll just make it as a port 8 here as well. Okay, so I tag the traffic for for VLAN 10, 20 and 30 on this switch. Okay, so let me connect my cable to second switch as it is connected on port 8 here. So I will connect my second cable to the second switch and I will come back. So guys, my switch is up and running, my second switch. So let's configure the VLAN 10 on my second switch, and we will make the port 11 as a part of VLAN 10, and we will tag a traffic on port 8. So for that you have to go to my second switch, which is 0.8. As you can see, I can log in, and I will create a second VLAN here, and I will just make I will create one more VLAN. I will just make it as 10 VLAN 10, and I will click first apply, and from VLAN 1 what I will do as per my PPT, port 8 and 11. So port 8 I will make it not a member, and port 11 not a member. So under VLAN 10, as per my PPT, we will make Ethernet 11 part of VLAN 10. So Ethernet 11 is untagged, and port 8 I will use it as tagged, and I will click apply. Okay, so now we have to connect now we will connect the physical cables to avoid the layer 2 switching loops between two switches. So for that, what you have to do, you have to come to layer 2 functions. Under the layer 2 function, you have to enable the spanning tree. Under the spanning tree, you have to click on STP global setting. Make sure the RSTP is enabled, and the STP version in my case is RSTP, so I will choose RSTP and I will click apply. Okay, on how many ports and on which ports you want to enable. I want to enable RSTP to avoid layer 2 loops on all ports, so I will just make the value 0, and from here you can choose the port from and to. So I will enable on all ports and I will click on apply. Okay, so STP is enabled. Okay, and let's verify again. The VLAN 10 is configured, port 11 is untagged, and traffic is tagged on port 8. Okay guys, so let's verify the ping connectivity. Now I connect back my cable to same old switch 0.7. So on 0.7 we will also enable the spanning tree to avoid the layer 2 loops. So under the 0.7 you have to, oh sorry, my session is timed out, so admin. So in the my primary switch, you also have to configure the STP to avoid the layer 2 loops. So under the spanning tree, I will choose the mode as RSTP to make sure, and I will make the state enable, and I will click apply. Yeah, so the configuration is affected on the switch. Let's enable port base. So I want to enable from port 1 to port 28. I will just make it as a 0 to auto cost calculation. So I will just click apply again. As you can see, the cost is automatically calculated. Now let's verify the ping. I have the device which is my source PC, which is 10.80, and if I show you the 10.80, and I have second PC which is 10.70 connected on port 7, which is the second switch. As you can see, it's port 11 and 0.8. It is connected to port 11. So let me verify the IP address on my second computer. Yes, I have to change. Hold on, I have to change the IP. Uh, Let me show you my other NPC. The target PC is ready. Let me show you my IP address first. As you can see that I have a 10.80 IP address and my gateway is 10.254, and I have a target PC which is traffic is tagged on port 8 and it is connected to VLAN 10 port 11. So let's ping the IP address of 10.70. So ping 192.168.10.70. Okay, so mean over track traffic is also going through between switches. So mean over trunk port is working fine. And in this video, I showed you how to configure the spanning tree. Okay, and next is I will show you how to configure the link aggregation. Okay, so for that I have to first prepare my lab and then I will come back. So guys, let's execute the link aggregation or port tunneling or port trunking, commonly industry name that is used for this feature. Sorry. So right now I'm going to configure the LACP between two D-Link switches, and I have two exercises like to increase the bandwidth between two switches. For that we need a link aggregation. For example, we have a 1G uplink and we need more bandwidth to allow over traffic load. So what you can do, you can virtually combine these two ports by using the link aggregation. So these two links virtually become as a 2 gig link. Okay, so normally the second exercise for that is like for example you have a server, and in the server that it supported NIC teaming features. So as you can see, I have a screenshot added here in my PPT. So there is in the server, if you have a 2 NIC card and you configure the NIC teaming and you want to give more bandwidth for the users, then you can also use the link aggregation feature for the same. So it's have a different mode supported like LACP, switch independent, and static teaming on the server side. So I don't have a server with me, but I can execute this exercise one. This was just for your reference. So let's execute the exercise one. Uh, what I will do, as you can see that I have only one tag port, right? So I want to allow the communication for these three VLANs to have a more bandwidth. So what I will do, I will make port 7 as not a member of VLAN 1. I will make it as port 7 as a not member, and let me check that I'm using port 7 anywhere. Okay, so for example port 9, I will use port 9. Sorry, port 7 is used by VLAN 30. So what I will do, I will use port 9 here. So I will go to first VLAN 1 and I will make as not member. Okay, and I will click apply. Okay, as you can see, the port 9 is excluded, and I will tag the traffic here for VLAN 10. I will just make it as tagged. Okay, as you can see, now we have a 8 and 9, and I will take tag the traffic for VLAN 9, and then I will tag a traffic for VLAN 30. Okay, so in switch 1 I tagged the traffic by using these two ports. Now I have a second switch that I used in my previous example for tag traffic, so I will apply the same configuration here. I will make a not member for VLAN 1 and I will tag a traffic here for port 9. Okay, so as you can see I have done this tagging part. Now let's go to my switch 1 first. Under the switch 1 first you have to come to the layer 2 function. Under the layer 2 function you will find the link aggregation and you can see the port trunking option. You have to click on this port trunking, and for that you have to choose the group 1 first. You can create up to 8 groups, by default is available, and for that using this LACP feature you need minimum 2 ports and maximum you can create up to 16 ports. So normally we user people they use minimum. In our normal switches people use 2 ports and 4 ports, but in our data center switches mostly people they go up to 88 ports. So I'm using group 1 and I'm using the mode as a static or LACP. So I will use you can use as LACP or you can use as a static, it's up to you. So I will use LACP, and I use port number 8 and port number 9, and I will just click first I will click here apply. Sorry, I have to enable the feature. I'll just click apply. Sorry, so group 1 you have to first enable the link aggregation. Sorry, I forgot to mention, you have to enable the link aggregation group LACP type, and you have to use the desired ports. Click apply. uh, what I have done, port number 8 and 9. Sorry guys, it was giving me error before. The error was I didn't tag the traffic for VLAN 1 on 8 and 9. I was just enable the tag for VLAN 8, but I didn't enable the 0.9. So as you can see now the ports are combined. Okay, so port 8 and 9 I will show you on the second switch because I have the same configuration. I didn't enable the tagged here. So let's go to the function and I can see I tagged the traffic for VLAN 10. I will receive the same error, link aggregation port trunking. So the feature is enabled but the port is tagged differently. I will delete this first and I will use the group, and you can see when I enable on 8 and 9 it will give me the error that the different cannot be, the different VLAN configuration aggregated links, it's not acceptable. So what I have to do, I have to come to the my VLAN 1. As you can see in VLAN 1 I don't have a port 9 tagged here, so I will tag port 9 here, apply, and I will create come to again port trunking. Sorry, I didn't verify you. As you can see port 9 is tagged again, and port trunking, and I will use port 8 and 9 as a trunking interface. Okay, as you can see now it is trunked. Okay, so let's verify over LACP. I'm going to plug the cable. Okay guys, let's verify over LACP. So by using the LACP trunk option, as you can see that we use this port number 8 and 9 as a trunk. So let's verify the LACP is working or not. So I have to come to LACP port trunking. Under the port trunking I have to choose port number 8 and port number 9, and I show as a active and I apply 3. As you can see port 8 and 9 is acting as a active. Okay, okay, and now if I come to my second switch, as you can see port 8 and 9 we use the same port here. So let's verify here from port 1 to port 8 passive, 3 seconds. As you can see this is acting as a passive. So let's verify 8 and 9 activity passive. Yeah, as you can see it's acting as a passive ports. So our LACP is healthy. We don't have to worry about it. So our link aggregation is perfectly working fine on port 8 and port 9, and I will prepare one more slide and I will come back regarding the port mirroring feature, which is a very good feature. Okay, I will be back in 2 minutes. Hello everyone, welcome back. The PPT idea is ready. I have one PC uh, which is connected to this is my target PC, which have the source IP of 10.80. Okay, and they are both in the same VLAN. This is port 1, and I will say that this is port 3. Sorry, they are in 3, and the traffic is tagged over here. You can use the same switch, or you can want to port mirror over the network. That's why I created a little bit complex scenario. So this 10.70, which is part of VLAN 10, which is connected to port 11. It is the same scenario that I have simulated in my previous example. Let me show you. I'm using this same scenario here. I will create a traffic from the source PC towards the target PC. So I did the same setup here. So don't worry. So from switch 2, which is connected my PC, which is connected to port 11, I will show you. And the traffic is tagged over the trunk link, and it's coming to port 3. There is a one switch. I will try to arrange. I will try to have a telnet session to this switch. Okay, let me give a name, like for example it will be more easy. So SW1, this is SW3, and this is SW2. Okay, so the PC which is connected to switch to port 11, it will initiate a connection to this switch W3, and we will receive a mirror traffic which is connected to port number 4. There is a one target PC. He will receive the traffic for this telnet session. So how to do that? What I will do, I will show you the configuration for the second switch. If I show you that as you can see, port number 11, I have one PC. The traffic is tagged on port 8 and 9, and this is my switch 1. Okay, so under the switch 1, as you can see, one PC is connected to port 4 according to the target PC. Okay, so port 4 and port 11, and I have one IP device which is connected to port number 3, as I show you, which is connected to port 3. So what I will do, I will go to port mirroring, and I will enable the port mirroring first. So according to our PPT, who is the target? Port 4. So I will make a target port as port 4. As you can see, port 4 is disabled. And what type of traffic you want to sniff? I want to sniff all TX and RX. You can go by port wise, but I will make a sniff for all TX and RX, and I will click apply. As you can see, the port mirroring is enabled. Now I will open a Wireshark, and on the Wireshark, uh, on the Wireshark, if I show you, yes, 10.80. So as you can see, I have a lot of traffic. So I will just filter the traffic for telnet, and I will click here, and I will try to initiate a connection from my second PC. As you can see, the traffic is generated 10.10 towards 10.70. Okay, sorry, towards the 10.10 from 10.70. And if you check the frame, uh, there is the frame details. Okay, so by simulating the same setup, I initiated the telnet session towards this 10.10 IP device, which is a switch, and I received the target traffic, which I enable the port mirroring. Okay, so this was an example of the port mirroring. Next, the most important thing is the LLDP. You can enable LLDP. By default is disabled. You can apply, and the LLDP is enabled on the switch. Now the most good feature that people mostly use is the PoE global settings. So the PoE global setting, as you can see, it's a 193 watt switch, and it's already set to a default settings, so there is no need to touch that. But you can choose the ports, like PoE ports, from which port to which port you want to allow the PoE power. So you can choose from 1 to all ports, or you can want to allow PoE power to only first 10 ports, so you can use the 10. So only the first 10 port will receive the PoE power, will give you the PoE power. So by default it is enabled on all 24 port. As you can see, it's enabled on all 24 ports, so I'm not going to touch this because it's already enabled. So in case if you want to play around, you can play around with it. Okay, regarding the SNMP, network management, simple network management protocol, I will show you. Like for example, if any IP device which is connected to this ports goes down, or the switch itself goes down, it will send a SNMP trap message to centralized network management server. So for the global settings, as you can see, it's globally disabled by default. You have to click on enable, and you have to set the which type of traps you want. I need authentication, device boot, link up and down, RSTP, firmware I don't want, I want, PoE error I want, max want, and loopback want, and you can just click apply. So the following trap is enabled on the device. Now you have to set the community. So by default there is a community with the private. It's a community you can set according to your NMS server. By default there is a public and private community. So as you can see, the private community can have a read and write access. So I will copy this private and I will show you how to configure the private ones. So you have to click on host, and for example, in my example, for example, this target PC is my NMS server IP address. So I will use the same IP as an example, 192.168.10.80, and I will choose version v2c. If you are using v3, so then you need authentication ones. So it's totally the v3 settings you can retrieve from, you can take it from your monitoring system team, monitoring network monitoring team. So in my example I will show you how to configure v1 v2c. So v2c, and the community string. So in community string that I have shown you in my previous step, which is I choose is the private because it's have a read and write access, and I will click apply. So now anything happens to the switch, or anything happens to the ports or something, it will send the SNMP trap using the v2c version to this host device, and it's have an access to private community. As you can see, the private community have a read and write access. Okay, so it was a SNMP configuration. Now I will show you the monitoring. You can monitor the TX and RX. You can see I have a lot of devices which is connected to port, so it's having a TX RX. It will frequently change. Cable diagnose for the for the testing purpose. Like for example, I want to have a cable diagnose for port 1. You can just run test, but there's something must be connected. Yeah, the cable is okay, so I mean the connected cable is okay, so it will show you the complete length. And system logs for the troubleshooting purpose. Okay, and once you are done with the whole configuration, for that you have to click on the save configuration. And as I told that in start, that it's have an option to have a two config files. If you want to save the configuration to file 1, which is primary, you can save it to file 1, or if you want it to file 2, you can choose the file 2. So I will just click file 1 and I will click on saves config, and as you can see the configuration is saved successfully. Okay, and as you can see, RSTP is enabled, port mirroring enabled, SNMP is enabled. Okay, regarding the 802.1x and the security, I will make very detailed videos in my next videos. Please keep following my channel. Please kindly like and subscribe, and must comment if you have any question. Okay, and now I will show you how to, at the end I will show you how to the reset. So to reset the switch, you have to click on tools, reset systems, and click apply. So the switch will be reset to the factory default. Okay guys, thank you, bye bye.